Welcome to Retrobot, the YouTube channel where we feed a friendly space robot a diet of pure nostalgia. I'm Clay.
I am not Clay. I am Dawn.
It's true. It's an accurate statement. You are not Clay. We are doing something today. I guess we're going to talk about a guy. It's the micro machine man of Transformers that aren't micro machines because John Machida, was that his name? John Machida? Yeah, he did the voice. It is Velocitron Speedia 500 from Transformers Legacy, exclusive to Walmart series Blurr. And there you go. There's the picture of the box. Well, it's a box and it's got a picture on it and it says Transformers and it says Blurr, and look, it's got the symbol of the speed planet from the Cyber Planet keys because that's cool, and it's got this cool looking picture of Blurr in his car mode and this cool looking picture of Blurr in his robot mode, and then the picture wraps around to the side, which is to me, poor package design, but hey, it's there, and then you've got the picture over here, which is good because it's bigger and it's cool, and then you can see the toy, and that looks interesting. It looks like something. It's a Blurr with wheels, and that's something. And then you look under here, and there's just a whole bunch of gobbledygook. But look, it's the speed planet symbol again, which, there's that. And we've got product shots, which once again show a robot mode and a vehicle mode, and the vehicle mode is shown with a gun sticking out of the front really far. There it is. So that's the packaging. Let's just get rid of that. And here's the guy right here.
Although one thing I want to say, you got rid of it, but I like the fact that packaging is going back to G1 square box. It is square box with a vehicle in it.
Yeah, that's true. That's G1-tastic.
This is G1-tastic, and I'm feeling this is Legacy. I think they should look. I like the Legacy packaging, and but really with Legacy, if you're embracing Legacy, why don't we have? I know they did the
grids, like
updated grids, vaporwave grids. You don't have to go.
You know what? I could see that. I could absolutely see that. Here is the thing that I feel like they're really missing is character bios. Like there's no character bios or anything, and there's not even a QR code.
Oh, this one does not have the QR code. Oh yeah, it's a Walmart exclusive. You got to go cheap for Walmart. Walmart needs their due.
And paying somebody to write the bio, that you're not going to get Bob Budiansky to write that bio. You're going to get maybe the checkout person, like the greeter at the front of Walmart is going to write that.
When you're buying this on your way out, ask the greeter to give you a bio, and I'm sure they'll be pleased to do it for you. Just extra Walmart touch for you there.
But thank you. So one thing that I did notice when you click the QR code, you get the tech specs. It still doesn't have like a bio. Like it doesn't give you, and see, that to me is a lost opportunity. Because it's like you have the QR codes because with doing multiple language packaging, you can't. It gets really, really cumbersome to have lots and lots of verbiage in 3 different languages on the back. So I understand you have a QR code and then it links to something that can detect the language of the region or whatever that person's computer is set on, and then it translates it, or you have it set up with translations, whatever. But that's where you put the bio, except that they don't. So you know what?
Well,
there's plenty of time.
There is
more opportunity to say
why.
So let's go ahead and let's take a look at this guy. This is Blurr, and I feel like that's a little bit bright. So let me just
And
turn
yeah,
down.
and this toy definitely is not.
And
I'm just gonna.
There we go.
While you're darkening it up, I'm gonna start throwing the shade at this thing now.
The package is kind of dark, and the figure is kind of light. He is many shades of blue. The robot mode is not bad. You know, it is. He is a retool of Transformers Studio 86 Blurr. And if you look at the robot mode, it's not bad. He's got a head sculpt that is kind of, you called it when you looked at it.
It's very reminiscent of Cyberverse Blurr, which, Cyberverse Blurr gets one episode, he dies when they destroy the entire planet of Velocitron with cosmic rust, which, after having to suffer through the entire agonizing stupid race arc, I just kind of cheered that the planet died.
Yeah,
it was kind of sad
in Transformers Cybertron, that race took way too many episodes.
Took way too long.
And then the payoff at the end was absolutely nothing. But yeah, it's an interesting head sculpt. He, and I do think that it is very evocative of the Cyberverse likeness. He's got a new shoulder sculpt here. He's still got the Studio 86 chest with a tinted plastic windshield instead of the clear, and he's got some pale blue rather than dark blue. Yeah, they've kind of inverted things a little bit. And then if we pull back just a little bit, let's do that. So you can see that, especially from the front, the body looks really good. Now, you look at him from the side a bit, and he's got these things, which the Studio Series Blurr had things coming off, but they weren't.
Well, why don't you bring them up for side-by-side toy comparisons.
Let's do a side-by-side.
You've got them.
I've got him. So here is Studio Series Blurr, and he's also got big things. I feel like because these don't have a big fat wheel on them.
Well, they're shorter.
They're a little shorter, and they don't stick out as much. They're just not quite as cumbersome as these are. But of course, this is so that he can have that updated vehicle mode that has actual wheels. And I guess that's because it's the Speedia 500. The idea is that it's a race between wheeled vehicles, and so they didn't want to do a hovercar. They wanted to do a wheeled car, and we're going to explore that more. But you can see him side by side. He's got a lot more going on than on the shoulder here, which doesn't look bad. The robot mode is actually pretty decent, I think. A little bit kibble heavy on the arms, but not so bad. In terms of articulation, we've got a head bob and a neck twist. His head moves all around. We've got very posable shoulders. They come out. They go forward. They go back. They go all around. There's even, because of his transform, some extra stuff that you can do here that he can he can dance like John Travolta. That there you go. It's a
No, it's
stay alive, stay alive. Yeah. Let's not do that to people. Oh, please no. So, oh God, no. Just no.
Hey, you're the one making me suffer through this toy, so I'm imparting my suffering upon the rest of the world.
You know what? There is that. The arms have a swivel at the bicep. They have an elbow joint. The wrist has a twist, mostly due to transformation, but it's still there. He's got a swivel at the waist. He's got fully articulated hip joints. There's even a little bit of a swivel here for the bicep, a good knee joint, and of course he's got his pivoting knees. So
that's an ankle.
or ankle. Yeah, it's the lower knee. It's
The lower
It's
knee.
the lower knee.
It's kind of like you're talking about the bicep on his leg, which
the
no.
thigh, the thicep.
the thicep.
The
Okay,
thicep.
the thicep.
He's got a swivel at the thicep, and a pivoting knee, and a pivot at the lower knee.
Lower
So
knee. As you can see, Clay did not do very well in anatomy in high school.
some things never change. So there you go. But otherwise, I think that the robot mode looks decent. It's very playable. My only big criticism is that this is a big chunky thing hanging off of his arm. And I'm not sure that we get the full benefit in his vehicle mode.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wouldn't mind the chunkiness, but
Right.
we're gonna save that once we get to vehicle mode.
So since we're talking about the vehicle mode, why don't we just do it? We're gonna turn him into a vehicle mode. So
You're gonna turn him into something.
I'm gonna turn him into something. Let's adjust here. All right. So try and frame things up. All right. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to open up these little doors on his arm kibble, and then I'm going to close those around the fist, and then close them. So we will do that right there like that. And so now he's got spinning buzzsaw hands. Zzz, zzz.
There is that,
And that's actually kind of cool.
To be honest, that is I kind of, if you didn't have the tips or those tips folded out of the way, or you could just cut them off.
I'm half tempted to paint these silver because I like the idea of a blur with spinning buzzsaw hands. Zzz. So yeah, there's that. Let's see. We have to do other stuff though. We're gonna pull the arms out like this, and then we can take the let's see. We pull them out to the sides like that. On that little linkage thing, we're going to pull the back, and this is on a double joint right here. This is going to close around the head like that, and then we're going to swivel the chest, which is just like, so far all of this is the same as his Studio Series counterpart. We're going to take these sections, the side sections of the chest, and fold them towards the bottom of the vehicle mode, because the vehicle mode is going to be down here. So this is now the bottom, and then we're going to look at the legs here. The legs open up, so we're going to take the feet and fold them forward, just like that, and then we're going to open up the doors on the legs. So just open those and open those, and while you're at it, you can take this little doohickey right here, the RC tenna, because RC has one of those too. And now we can put these together. Just snap and fold over top like this. Get your arms out of the way. Fold it over the upper legs, the thighs.
The triceps.
The triceps. And then we're going to click these together. Well, here, get that out of the way. There we go. Click these together, and then there's a tab in the end of the foot that's right here, and that's going to go into the little slot that are in his chest pieces that are on the underside. So we're going to tab both of those in like that. And then we're going to open the little chair. There's a little chair here. So let's just open the little chair. So we have that. And now the arms go all the way to the back, and we're going to swivel these around like that. So there we go. And now the front end here, the spinning buzzsaw blade, just rotates on the end of the arm like that. And then we're going to tab the side of the vehicle into this slot here, and then we're also going to lock in the front of the fender with the front of the vehicle body here to click everything into place.
Isn't there also a tab on those shoulder pieces that hang down that also locks in?
The shoulder pieces that hang down. Wait,
I thought there was a tab that went in this piece.
there is a foot tab, but we already got that.
Oh, we already got that. Okay,
Yeah, we got that. So
sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. So we're going to just get everything slotted in there, and then do the same thing on this side. So this comes back around here. This piece is going to swivel around like that. We're going to spin the end here.
Wait, I was gonna say this. There's a tab right here that is going to go in.
Oh, a tab right there?
Yeah, that tab is going to go in when you.
No, it's not, because look.
Oh,
see?
That's right. They hook on the front. Okay.
Yes,
sorry.
yes. That supposedly helps for when these are folded under the arm. It actually engages right there.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't do a very.
I
good
just
job.
can see these
So
I can see these tabs and slots in the in the camera view. So
yeah, and they are, you know, they're pretty hard to ignore. They are there to engage with the arms, and they mostly do the job. Mostly. So here is the car mode, or vehicle mode. It's sort of a car. It's definitely, of all the car-shaped things I have ever seen, this is one of them. And let's go ahead and just show this on camera. And I feel like it does need to be a little bit darker still. He is a very light colored toy. There we go. So now we can see his detail just a little bit better.
I think eventually you're going to need a taller riser.
You know what?
Because you're still doing some of the packaging magic.
There is some packaging magic, but you know, I'm gonna let people absorb this slowly, because we've got these wheels. They don't spin. These are just molded and painted, and there's no other wheels in the back. There's no. So he's only got 2 wheels that don't move, but that's okay, because the wheels also, here, let's just do this. They also don't touch the ground. So yeah, here you go. Let me raise the camera just a little bit more, because you have to get the full effect here. The wheels don't even come close to touching the ground here. Not only do they not spin, I don't understand.
They're there purely for decoration.
They are decoration wheels. It's almost like, in order to enter the Speedia 500, the rules said you have to be a wheeled vehicle and you have to have at least 2 wheels. So Blurr installed 2 wheels just as decoration, so that he can say, look, I've got 2 wheels, I get to enter the race. But yeah, those don't do anything. You've got this little welder thing, which is a leftover add-on from the Studio 86 version, and it goes on here, but since they've remolded this front end, it doesn't stick nearly as well. It's actually pretty loosey-goosey.
Well, yeah, because they cut part of the tabs off.
They cut the outside of the notches, so it's just kind of holding on for dear life on either side of that. Not really doing a great job. And then you have this gun that just sticks there.
Well, that happened in Studio Series.
And that's also left over from Studio Series. But since it's a much shorter front, then the awkwardness of the gun is much more obvious. And so yeah, you've got that, and you've got that, and if you want to keep this piece, then don't store it there, because it's gonna fall off while you play with it. So yeah, that's our vehicle mode, and let's just go ahead and go over to, so yeah, here,
It has wheels.
It has two wheels.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I could see if these touch the ground and you were to mold this.
Yeah, like okay, they remolded the shoulders.
They remolded the shoulders.
And the remolded part is on the bottom of the vehicle. Why did they not mold in wheels here? They could have added wheels.
Well, because these, as you said, the whole
they
point
could have added wheels.
Well, no, but remember.
Well, there goes that piece. Okay, we got the piece back. No, don't.
Till all are eaten.
No, that is definitely not a catchphrase.
So, but as you said, obviously, so Blurr just added these. They're decoration. That's why. So he didn't need anything else. It's just, yeah, I have, just the rules said you had to have wheels. And he doesn't have. Now he has wheels.
So, and I look. So I'm going to take this off because I can't. I just can't do it. So I'm looking at the aesthetics of this, and they've replaced his streamline. Here. You want to hold that up to the camera, and I'll very quickly turn Studio Series Blurr into.
Well, while you're doing that, it's like, okay, so now the head was very light blue. That the little RC antenna.
Yes.
Refer to it?
Yes.
This one is very large and very dark blue. It grows and changes color.
Yeah. Because that's the magic.
That's the magic.
That's the magic. So let me. I'm still doing the thing here. We're gonna turn him into a Blurr vehicle.
I mean, that is a beautiful shot of that right there.
Why would you do that? Like, to go to the effort of remolding the part to have a wheel that, first of all, does not spin, but also comes nowhere close to meeting the ground. I don't understand. I feel like this was like, behind closed doors, the situation is that they signed a contract with Walmart that they would get unique molds and that, a toy that's based off of the mold of another toy, as long as it's, its own unique thing. Like, I feel like it reeks of contractual obligation, but they told whoever was doing the engineering, okay, you've got an hour. You've got an hour to change
keep transforming
this
while you're talking,
into something else.
I don't know. I mean, it's because Cosmos in the Velocitron line.
Cosmos is great.
Well, and Overdrive, like, okay, because Cosmos was originally, they had thought about trying to do a remold of Buzzworthy Bumblebee Origins, the
flying saucer.
The flying saucer. They had considered trying to make Cosmos out of a retool of that.
I could see
and
that.
I think it's Override. They originally were trying to do like a heavy retool of Studio Series Hot Rod. So I think they decided somebody was doing how can I do a heavy retool of Blurr? And somebody thought of this.
No, a light retool, because they've changed.
True.
They changed these
chunks.
parts, these parts, and these parts, and everything else is the same. So here, and see, notice how well this one holds. Okay, I've had it on there since it was in robot mode. It's still there. It takes effort to take it off, so that's cool. And here, I'll show you what his. This I'm still not wild about that, but at least it's not quite. It's still bad. I still don't like that. But nonetheless, okay. So you have this design, and you have all of these streamline, cool-looking, long, angular shapes and swoops, and this vehicle mode looks like it's fast. Oh wait, it would look a lot faster if I spun the spun the windshield around. So this looks fast. And then you have this, and instead of streamline, what they've done is they've kind of, they used some primitives in Tinkercad to build like a trapezoidal box, and then they put another trapezoidal box on the end. And
this white is really washing out.
Well, you know, that's not the best camera. Here, we can actually
no,
show
here.
them.
If I do that,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a little easier to see.
That's a little bit better. And you can actually just put it all the way up in front of the camera, like put your hand all the way up, and then the camera will focus on that, hopefully, and nothing else. Hopefully, and nothing else.
You're asking it to look at
there. See?
Well, I can understand it not wanting to look at this thing.
So that's not even a cool racing.
I don't know.
Looking...
This is supposed to give you the idea of a air intake scoop.
Yeah, I understand for a supercharger, but
that thing's hollow.
Oh yeah, it's completely hollow.
Wow.
It's completely hollow.
I didn't realize that this was a hole.
It is a hole.
Wow.
It is a hole. It is. Yeah, Velocitron.
Well, now the one thing,
Velocitron Blurr.
Here's the thing. Like, I feel if you didn't have these little wheelie things, this isn't a bad shape for Blur. Other than if you made this a little more streamlined, okay, you know. I mean,
here's.
You know, you want a form. It's Blur, but I'm not giving you the same Blur.
Sure, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it being a different take on Blur. And I'm actually...
These points kind of remind me of the fins for Override. Doesn't Override have those chunky little...
She's got like swoopy, pointy Mach 5 looking.
Well, yeah, this thing could have also been made to look Mach 5, and maybe they're like, oh, well, we'll have two that are Mach 5. Maybe that's it. Maybe Blur is mocking. Blur is totally throwing shade at the shape of
I mean, what? They don't spin. They don't connect with the ground. There's no other wheels molded. I'm sorry. This is the most shoddily put together retool of a character that I've seen. Like, it's just very. Because I think that this, like having big wheels that go down through the fender and come out the other side, like I think that's cool. And as an aesthetic, that's cool. And
I can get in this scale. You don't want to go to the extra part count to have these spin.
I would even be I would still be ranting about them not spinning.
But if
I would still rant.
Yeah,
but I can understand it. But the fact that they don't even touch the ground, they don't even come close to touching the ground. There's room for a possum under there. Because there's no wheels touching the green. They got the biggest difference between this toy and this toy is that this one has wheels and the wheels don't even touch the ground.
Though though admittedly, if these wheels were any bigger, they'd be even hanging off the back of his arms even chunkier.
So here's what you do. If you're remolding this part anyway. So you know you're remolding this. You got this thing here. Then what you do is you actually have this come down and have the part go down low like that. That's what you do. And if maybe you don't want to go that deep into the mold, then this is actually a peg-in piece that just goes into a hole on the underside there, and it's just like an add-on, and you can do it that way. And if you're gonna put wheels here, and you're already gonna redesign the shoulder here, and it's gonna end up down here, mold a freaking wheel on there. Just put a wheel and just. There should be a wheel. There should be wheels that touch. If you're gonna make him a wheeled vehicle, he should be
Look, now he's got a wheelie.
This has a better designed vehicle mode than this does. I'm throwing out there's truth happening here. That vehicle mode makes more sense than this one. Take that, Hasbro. Yeah. We have just crossed a barrier that I didn't think that we would ever cross. But there it is.
This doesn't have a seat, does it? Oh, yeah,
no, it does. It does. I just didn't do it.
You just didn't do it, okay.
Because I'm lazy. I was in a hurry.
I can't quite get it.
You keep swiveling his windshield.
When I reach in with my fingernail, because I don't have a spudger. If I had a spudger, it would have worked.
There's a spudger over here. You know, this is very, very Blurr. If you happen to be in Walmart and they still have one of these,
which they do,
which some of them do, and they have these, and you don't have either one, and you're only gonna buy one. I'm so glad. That's the fourth spam risk call that I have gotten today.
Dang, today. Spam. Is today Viking Day? Spam.
Wonderful spam. Lovely spam. Well, that's probably the best part of this review. That's my review. I don't hate this toy, but it makes me angry. It makes me, because I don't understand, like they had to know, like they did a computer model, they had to know why would you do that?
Blurr doesn't have wheels. They don't touch the ground. They're just decoration. They're just decoration.
And why would you, if you're redesigning this, would you make it so that this doesn't even work very well anymore? Like this is not that cool of a shape that it's worth the sacrifice of having this thing just fall off all the time. I feel like there was no real thought put into this other than we got to crank this thing out. We make it different. So anyway.
Yeah.
That's it. If you like this review, then please give us a thumbs up. And
if you like this review as much as he likes this toy, let him know in the comments. Go for it.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
Great. So, yes, of course, consider subscribing to the channel, and if you do, click the notification bell so that you know when we're doing more of these Short Circuits videos, as well as our live streams, which we typically do every Friday night at 8:00 p.m. Eastern United States time. Also, we have a Patreon. If you are in a position to help the channel grow, then please consider joining. We have different tiers with different rewards as our way of saying thank you, which we really do appreciate all the help that we can get. And with that being said, we have a very special guest here who does not have wheels that don't touch the ground, because he doesn't have wheels. It is the Chaos Bringer himself, Unicron, to thank our patrons. Unicron, come on out here.
Thank you, patrons, our ultimate retro heroes. Thank you, Fetch Beer, Robes, Matt White, Starhound, Setsune Wave, Dawn, Hope and Michael D, and Colleen. Thank you. And now, I think I would like to eat a poorly designed retool. Here, give me that. I just, oh, that's delicious. Oh, those wheels have never touched pavement. No, I don't want that one. I don't want that one. I don't want that one. No, I don't want that one. I want the one with the tires that have never been used. That's what tastes delicious.
Well, that's that just happened. So, we'll put Unicron away. So yeah, this is Clay and Transformers Legacy Velocitron Speedia 500. Boy, there's way too many words in that. Walmart exclusive Blurr telling you to keep it. You want to do it? You want to do the thing?
No.
We can do the thing.
No.
We can do the thing.
No.
Let's all do the thing. We're all gonna do the thing. We're going to do it together. Keep it retro. No, don't put it in your mouth.
Okay,
Keep
well.
it retro. Blurr. Oh,
Retro Blurr.
oh, gosh, that's definitely not a catchphrase. It is not a catchphrase. I don't know what you're doing. It's not a catchphrase.